Hi, this is Kathie from Craft with Kathie. Thanks for joining me today. Go ahead and drop a line below. Say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Today's project is going to be using a transfer called Please Excuse the Mess. I think it's very apropos if you have little ones because they do have a tendency to make a mess when they're being creative. Yes, so do I though actually. And what I want to focus on as I work on this is some ideas or things that might be beneficial now that a lot of people have the little ones at home, homeschooling during this situation. I'm going to be using the hot mess technique on our 9x12 Odette chalkboard. It's a white chalkboard with a black frame. Can be hung vertically or horizontally. This technique is actually ideal for the little ones. If you want to give them something productive to do that's similar to painting, this is it. On the backer sheet of the transfer, I've written the name of the transfer. I'm going to fuzz the transfer on a fuzzing cloth. Our fuzzing cloth is double-sided. One side is like a terry, where you actually apply lint to the back of the transfer. The other side is like a microfiber for cleaning our boards. The transfers are reusable 8 to 12 times with appropriate care. They're adhesive backed, so by placing it on my fuzzing cloth, you could use a towel if you don't have a fuzzing cloth, I am deliberately applying lint to the back of the transfer, or to the back of the adhesive, so that it doesn't stick quite as snugly. This allows me to lift it off the surface more easily when I'm done with the project. And generally I lift the transfer up and then reapply it to my fuzzing cloth about 3 or 4 times, depending upon the stickiness of the particular transfer. When I handle the transfer, I always want to grab it by the top or the bottom, or from the left or the right side. I never want to pull or tug on it diagonally because our transfers are made of vinyl and silkscreen, and tugging on it diagonally could actually distort the transfer. So always pull up from left to right, top or bottom. I've written the name of the transfer on the back of the backing sheet. One side of the backer sheet is shiny, the other dull. And you always put the adhesive side of the transfer against the shiny side of the backing sheet. This is our board. It can be hung vertically or horizontally. I want to make sure that the sawtooth hanger is at the top when I place my transfer on it. I'm going to pull it off the fuzzing cloth and then center it on the board. And then gently press down on it once I have it centered, and smooth it out, making sure that there are no air bubbles. So this looks like it's centered properly. Now I'm going to smooth it. I find it's easiest to do this with my fingers, but you could actually do it with a squeegee if you wanted to. I had a little air bubble there that I just removed. Oh, that looks pretty good. It feels right. Now this technique is ideal with 3 or 4 different chalk pastes. I'm using Couture Coral, Eucalyptus, and Tide chalk paste. I've previously stirred my pastes and added a little bit of distilled water if they were a little too thick. You basically want the consistency of your chalk paste to be somewhat like yogurt or sour cream. Our chalk paste is actually chalk paste. It is not chalk paint. It is made from chalk. It goes on liquid and dries hard. It is a little bit thick here, So I'm going to add a little bit of distilled water, a little spritz of distilled water, and stir it up. It is recommended using distilled water instead of tap water. Now I need an extra little tool, some wipes for cleanup on this, because I'm going to definitely get my hands messy. I will put little dabs of chalk paste in different areas of the transfer in circles. Put all 3 colors on there in the areas that I'd like them to be, and then I'll go back and gently widen those circles using my fingers. Finger painting, definitely like finger painting, and then remove the excess with a squeegee before I lift and reveal what's underneath. This, I think many children would absolutely love to get their hands dirty doing this. And it's so easy, and if you make a mistake, just erase it with water and a paper towel and do it again. Something that might be great for keeping the little kiddos busy while they're home during this unprecedented crisis that we're all experiencing. I've applied the Tide. You just have to be careful not to take the finger that I've dedicated for the Tide and dip it in the eucalyptus there. So now I'm dabbing on the eucalyptus around my transfer. And I have to reserve a finger for the coral. I think you'll be pleased at how beautiful this really turns out. The hot mess technique is ideal for text. It gives it a little zip and kind of like a marbling. So I have almost all my chalk applied. I'm going to actually add a little bit more of the eucalyptus there. Make sure I use the correct finger. I could actually use the stir sticks to apply this, but what's the fun with that? Might as well use my hands and get messy here. And now I'm widening the circles of chalk paste a little bit to get them closer together to blend. You just do not want to blend until the colors get muddy or a brown, because we want to keep the true colors of the chalk paste and then blend them a little bit with the neighboring chalk paste to create a blending of colors or maybe another color. And you'll see that this actually comes up with almost like a purple between the coral and the Tide chalk paste. So I'm widening the circles. Now I want to make sure that I have all the white part of the transfer covered. The white is the silk screen, and the chalk paste goes through the silk screen onto the board. We can use our chalk paste on chalkboards or blackboards, of course, glass, metal, wood, pretty much any non-porous surface. If you're using a porous surface like a t-shirt or fabric, then the best thing to use is our ink. Our inks have to be heat set though. But on this chalkboard, using the paste is the ideal thing, because when it dries, it's permanent until you spritz it with water and erase with a paper towel. Now I'm blending this just a little bit more with my squeegee. And you can see a little bit where the colors are blending together and creating new colors. Don't you think your little ones would just absolutely love this? I'm starting a new little series of videos called Children's Chalk Time. And what I'd like to do is offer a project tailored for children, and also some additional online websites or presentations to augment their learning while they're at home right now. I think one of the things that I remember from being a child is different experiences with my mom, like going to the museum and things like that, or to the zoo. really impressed a lot of things on me, not only what we were seeing and the technical or the knowledge part of it, but I found that I learned things that I normally wouldn't have been that interested in. It's nice to have a parent involved in the learning process. Kids really blossom with that, I think. Now I'm going to remove the excess chalk paste. And as I do this, it's smearing a little bit, but I haven't really blended them too much. I don't want to muddy the colors. I need to clean my hands a bit here so that I can lift the transfer up. I'm going to lift it from the bottom, and I'm going to try and keep it at like a 90-degree angle. It just makes it a little bit easier to lift it that way. And voila! Here's our little masterpiece using the hot mess technique. Please excuse the mess. Our children are making memories. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not a member of my VIP group, please comment VIP below, and I will add you to the group so that you can be privy to specials and some additional videos and techniques. If you'd be interested in a little bundle of creative joy showing up on your doorstep every month, you might want to look into our Club Couture. As a Club Couture subscriber, you will receive one B size, which is about an 8.5 by 11 transfer every month, exclusive to Club Couture members and designers, along with 3 individual paste packets to create your own individual project, all for only $19.99. It's $19.99 in the US, and that includes shipping. Just what you need to kick back and relax and create something beautiful. And as a Club Couture member, you're entitled to special discounts. Our March special for Club Couture members is buy 3 transfers, get 1 free. The free transfer would be the smallest size of any that you bought. So if you bought 3 B-size transfers, then you can get another B-size transfer free. If you bought 2 A's and a B, then you would be entitled to an A or the smaller transfer free. But it's such a great deal. It's like getting 25% off. You might as well take advantage of it. And Club Couture members get their additional orders shipped for only $4.95. Whereas non-Club Couture members, shipping is $6.95, regardless of the size of the order. So as you can see, there's plenty of benefits for being a Club Couture member. Any questions, please feel free to comment below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I really appreciate your viewing my presentation. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful life. And don't forget to watch out for children's chalk time.